Hello everybody, this is Gold Glee Gamer 1 and Dyne, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI.
And if you forgot already, we hate the auction house.
Yes, 7 times in a row I was offered a Cherub Town.
You only really need 4, and that's assuming you buy 4 of them just to use against the boss later on in the game who you'd use them for. Otherwise, not really worth it.
It's kind of like they're obsessed with Cherub Downs.
Oh, no. I think what was happening is that same woman was buying it and selling it back at a markup, and it ended up in the auction house because no one was buying it from the relic shop. And you have to have Terra in your party, otherwise you won't be able to get anywhere in here. And if you try to come here earlier, there are guards patrolling the area, and they'll just kick you out once they catch you. There's no way to get through here until now. And this is actually a pretty good place for grinding if you need to get your character some levels. And Assassin is a dagger for Shadow, I believe. Even though he's not with us. And we're going to run into a lot of undead enemies in here. And Edgar's sword is actually healing him, so he needs to equip something else. That's what his tools are for. And Mog learned his cave-based dance back when protecting Terra at the beginning of the game. It's the only one he has right now. And since you have Espers equipped, you're finally receiving magic points at the end of each battle. If you check your character's Esper and magic list, it'll see how they are doing. How they're doing in learning each spell that the Esper can give. And we just saw a quick glimpse of it right there. So Ice and Bolt are learned at 20% rate, so just get 100 points. In a few battles, Terra will learn those spells. Tempest, that is a sword for Cayenne. It randomly casts a Wind Slash ability that hits all enemies when using it. And super useful, actually useful for the bug I mentioned with Gao in the previous video. That he needs.
Sorry if you heard that in the background. That's the sound I usually hear when I get a Facebook notification.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I thought I was talking about the sound that when you fall into the lava.
Okay, well, yeah, well, I just had to make sure I mentioned that in case it gets picked up on the audio.
I didn't hear it, so it probably didn't.
Okay, well, okay, so continue. What were you saying?
Oh yeah, talking about the Tempest, because there's an optional relic you can get later on in the game called the Merit Award, and it will let characters equip what they normally can't, and giving that to Gao along with the Tempest Blade and using the Stray Cat ability turns him into what the fans have called Wind God Gao. Makes him the best character in the game because he will attack, the Wind Slash will hit, it will do max damage to everything.
It takes me a while to actually realize that the bridge actually changes every few seconds automatically.
It's based on a timer, and you just have to be standing on a part that will stay standing. Otherwise you'll fall into the lava, and you will take damage. I don't think you can die from falling into the lava, but you will take damage. The chest on the bottom left is a relic for Setzer, if I remember correctly. Well, you may find out. Yeah, this place is fairly long and complex, but it has some of the most useful things you can find. And in one partially hidden room, I don't know if... I'll point it out when we get there. Yeah, Edgar's regular attacks are going to heal these guys because they're strong against fire and just absorb it. No, stick with the stool. Stick with the stools. That came out wrong. What is this, Nintendo Capri Sun toilet humor? You know, in the bathroom! I can't do him very well.
Yeah, well, that's one of his well-known LP catchphrases.
I should take it from a Weird Al song.
I know.
Goodbye, Mog. Yeah, so Terra has learned Ice and Bolt. And there goes my voice crack again. Maybe I should just talk like this for the rest of the video. Maybe not. We haven't found a character sufficiently whiny enough to use that on a regular basis for. Maybe I'll save that one for Edward on a Final Fantasy IV LP.
Yeah, so I just found out is incredibly boring.
He's a spoony bard. What can you expect? He's a lot better in the sequel, though.
Wait, there's a sequel to Final Fantasy IV?
Yep, takes place 17 years after the first game. And it's,
would it be one of the PlayStation Final Fantasies?
no, it's on mobile phone, WiiWare, and PSP.
Ah. Then which one would that be?
Final Fantasy IV: The After Years.
Oh, the After Years. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I noticed not all the Final Fantasies are numbered.
Right.
Like, there's like the Eternal Crystals on the Wii. Maybe there is.
No, the Eternal Crystals. No, that's the ROM hack I'm LPing right now.
Oh, no, wait. I must be referring to a different one.
Probably Crystal Chronicles, but I don't think that's on the Wii. That's a spin-off series. After Years, again, that's on WiiWare. I don't know if any other Final Fantasies released on the Wii, actually.
Well, I'll have to refer to CD Gamer, is a video of which lists all the RPGs for specific systems.
Okay. And the relic that was for Setzer that got left behind changes his slots ability into GP Toss, which weaponizes your money. So if you have money to spare, it's handy to get. Now, that's the only place you can get it. Not overly necessary. There's something in here that's far more important, far more useful. Life Shaver. We saw that once, and super annoying ability because it takes a lot of HP from you and gives it to the enemy. And he's at plenty. Revivify, the item that cures zombie status. Zombie status is probably the most annoying status ailment in the whole game. And that treasure chest, not overly necessary.
Yeah, well, I had to make sure.
Mm-hmm. No, I think there's just a healing item in there. The main item is in a not quite hidden room. You just have to open a switch to open the door. Double hit there from Locke, courtesy of the Blizzard Blade. But those zombones have about 2,000 HP. Now, all the enemies in this section of the dungeon are weak against water, which is why I recommend getting Mog's Water Dance and using it. Not overly necessary. And Nate has learned Bolt, but I think there are several other. He's only learned about 1 of 3 spells connected to that Esper. I think he's got Ramu.
I think so too. I think that's the one I gave him.
Terra has Bismarck, and that has 4 spells. She knows 3 of them.
Not to be confused with the capital of North Dakota.
Mm-hmm. Bismarck in this case is a whale, and not a space whale like from Star Trek IV.
Wait, so North Dakota's capital was named after a whale?
No. I actually don't know where the name Bismarck, North Dakota came from, what the origin of it is, but in this case, Bismarck the Esper is a whale. So if you summon him, he'll just create a huge wave and plow through the enemies. It's actually useful in this dungeon. So heard a distant sound that... I think that actually made the bridge appear on that chest you were looking at a moment ago. Oh, I forgot to mention that Terra has a new ability on her menu, because she can morph, which will turn her into her Esper form, doubles her magic and attack power, but it's on a time limit, and the longer you don't use it, the longer you'll be able to use it when you do. And
so Yoshi is not the only one that can morph in video games.
right. Though she doesn't turn into a helicopter, train car, mole digger, what have you.
Yeah.
She just becomes the boss killer, as she's called. And going back to Mog's dances, yeah, you want to flip the switch on the left, and that room leads into a save point. So if you're hurting for healing, there's a free tent and a save point in here. Now the switch on the right actually leads into a battle against an enemy that doesn't appear for a couple more dungeons, so it's a fairly challenging fight for this point in the game. But once you beat him, he'll give you a clue onto some hidden treasure, which unfortunately is not very good. So it's really not worth going after, even though it's on the way to the exit. And the nice thing about this dungeon is once you clear it, it opens up a nice shortcut to take you back outside quickly, rather than have to go through this huge chamber again. It's very easy to get lost, too. Oh, and another thing is, once you clear this dungeon, you won't be able to use your airship for a while, so if you're planning on doing side quests and such, do so before doing this dungeon. Oh, a nice handy-dandy staircase has appeared. Terra needs healing badly.
Well, looks like Mog can't use it yet.
Not yet. He's getting close, though. Forgive that series of burps. I don't know if they got caught up on the mic.
Yeah, I don't think that was the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you sounded like you were breaking up for a little bit.
It was probably the burps. I was able to hold them in. Now, those hidden items are just buried in that big open spot right there. You just have to search around and push A, but I think the best thing you get is probably just a tincture. Someone just buried their garbage items in there. Oh, Edgar, you're healing more damage and they're taking off. And that life shaver did no damage because that guy was at full health. He just wasted his turn. And I keep forgetting to mention this. Mog's dances. He will dance for the whole battle, but there's a chance that he could stumble and fail and waste a turn. And unfortunately, it happens more often than you want it to. Glare. Oh yeah, you're blinding him again. We already know Edgar can hit anything when he's blind. Thanks to that glitch. And I think the call might have gotten messed up. I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah,
There it is.
That's what I mean. It sounded like you were breaking up.
That didn't sound like it was breaking up on my end. Oh well. It's still being recorded.
Yep, we're still going.
Mog attacking multiple times, courtesy of that black belt.
It'll come in handy for when we get to the final fight,
Oh yeah.
which probably won't be for another couple months.
Well, we'll see. Actually, by the time you get to the final fight, you'll have several more relics that are even better. Especially if you do the optional dungeons in the second half of the game.
Yeah,
So-
I'm expecting this to set a record for my longest LP on the channel.
Possibly.
Yeah, which that record is currently held by Fortune Street.
See, the annoying thing about this area is you have two small rooms at the beginning with two different enemies in there. Then you have this huge one that's longer than the other two combined, twice over, and you'll just run into these enemies. So the variety gets a little stale. Oh, goodbye, Terra.
But we'll get her back.
Yeah, Nate has learned poison, so all that's left for him to learn from that Esper is Bolt 2. Actually, I think Ramuh's the only Esper you can learn poison from. And most spells you can learn from multiple Espers, but there are about a dozen that are unique to different Espers as well. Yeah, Edgar needs some eye drops. Technically. And inadvertent backtracking for healing. Oh, there's the guy I was talking about.
Yep. The ninja.
Oh, lucky you got a side attack on him.
He doesn't look so tough.
Well, he starts off using items that hit the whole party, so you got very lucky. So, the plaza beneath the grand stairway is just a few normal healing items. These guys again. I remember as a kid, I was with my brother's Dungeons and Dragons group, and we were deciding on a quest to do, and one guy suggested, well, why don't we just go kill all the monsters? And the Dungeon Masters basically say, well, you won't live that long. They never stop coming.
Yep.
I love how the dark glasses don't fit over Mog's eyes, they're on top of his eyes. Or above his eyes, rather than covering him. So it's an interesting little graphical hiccup because he's so short. But hey, he's got Cure. He can heal too. He's actually got more MP than Terra.
Of course.
Yeah, being 5 levels ahead when he joins does that. But if a character gets blinded, don't worry about healing him, especially with remedies. And to continue on, there's a hidden passage that leads all the way up. And just about out. I think the same thing happened in mine. I was thinking, I'm just about out of here. Nope, battle. And not much else to say, just whacking zombies. Resident Evil crew has nothing on all the zombie fighting we're doing here. And actually someone had a little fun with the Resident Evil remake. They took all the voice acting from the original game, as horrible as it is, and inserted it into the remake. Oh, gotta love the days of early voice acting in games. I think the worst I've ever heard was the PC Engine version of Ys 3. Oh, horrible, horrible voicing. It was so bad, it was hilarious.
Ah.
No, we cannot do this. I don't want to fight. That was not an exaggeration, by the way. It's basically the same delivery. What's going to happen next? We're going to run into the same group of enemies 7 times in a row?
Well, let's hope not.
Well, you're not wasting your time. You're getting experience and money from it, at least.
Yeah.
Well, I learned Cure 2. So the stairs appear, but the bridge is broken, and there's actually a switch on the right side that you want to walk around. And it'll cut your access off for the next chest. I think there's just a high potion in that one. But the real good stuff is if you head south. Can't do anything on that side, except get into a battle. Oh, okay, didn't get the same one again. Of course, you're just guaranteed to get one of the 2 enemies in this room the whole time.
Okay. Yeah, we got these same enemies again.
Yeah, this is where the level design falls short in this game, just because of this huge single room, only 2 enemies. Actually, that's probably the weakest element of the level design in the game as a whole. Just because you have so many areas where unique enemies will show up in one small room. And if you're going to fight them, try and get them all, and that chest has become inaccessible. Now what you want to do is go left, and there's a switch over there that will open a door that will lead to a room containing the best weapon in the game. And if you miss out on it, you can't get it again. Well, technically you can, because you can steal one from the final boss, but you have to steal it, and unfortunately the game isn't saved after you beat the game. But getting it here and getting the second copy from the final boss is one of the keys to taking out the final form in one hit. Edgar, you keep healing those guys. That's what those green numbers mean.
I know.
And the dark glasses that show they're blind don't move up and down with them in their victory dance. And that switch opens the way forward. And that one opens the way to the chest, actually. So flick the switch. Okay, yeah, I think this switch actually opens the door I was talking about, at least with the best weapon. So if you can't get to it from here... Well, you should be able to go back and get it if you want. I don't know what's going to happen next. Again, this is post-commentated.
Yep.
And Edgar's showing his MVP status, thanks to his tools. That auto crossbow is doing as much damage as a normal hit on all three enemies. Lifesaver attacking with the power of disco, just making him spin around. Joke's on you, Ing. You can't blind someone that's already blinded. Actually, now that I think about it, the Ing are the enemies in Metroid Prime 2. When did we get to Dark Aether? Yeah, back up and at him, Kingy boy. You can't sleep forever. Cure 2 is a very handy spell, but it costs 25 MP. Best to save for use in battles. Magicite that will summon a random Esper when used in battle. You can either get a really good one or a really bad one. Bad ones being ones that really don't affect the enemy, or there are some that will damage your party as well as the enemies.
Ooh, well, the damage party ones? Ooh, we don't want those.
Nope. And we've reached the gate. Time for some dramatic lightning. This is a sealed gate.
Beyond is the Esper world. From here on, it's all up to Tori.
And Mog says nothing. Didn't think I'd be here, did you? I don't need those soldiers. I'm going to appear in battle by myself. You may notice I did a back attack on you as well. I'm sneaky that way.
Of course.
The Emperor was right. Let Tori fall into your hands, and you'd open the gate for us. How does it feel to know you've been working for us? Now I fear you've outlived your usefulness. Why did you all walk up in front? Well, I'll walk up at the same time. And what happened to my other battle sprite? No, I guess I can't laugh that way. Oh dear, you want to fight me? Well, this is just dreadful.
So Tori slips to the gate.
Now this is easier than it sounds, because there's really don't have any timing on it. And just attack. I'm gonna wave my finger at you. I'm not gonna do the waiter joke again, though, because that's old hat at this point. So just calling out to him. What's going to happen next? We're back in our battle scene! Let's fight some more! It opened! I feel so anxious!
That thing's coming.
There were 4 exclamation points on that. Why did you yell? And what's Muhammad doing there?
It was not.
And
It was
Zonesy.
in all caps.
But it had 4 exclamation points! Frightful energy! Fenrir, these are experts that haven't even shown up yet! Ah! I'm flying again! Before long, I'll master this ability and become the next Superman! Oh, I'm out. So they all came through. Unfortunately, the gate is back and sealed double time now.
Yep.
Even forms a nice little skull shape. Hey, that's the dungeon map of the final dungeon in the first Legend of Zelda.
Oh, is that where the one you fight Ganon?
Yep. Yep, all we can do is see where those espers went. If you come back in here and get into a battle.
Yeah. Oh, also Mog is now at 4 figures regarding HP.
Yep. And so he's useful for grinding on that area I talked about, where if he learns Death, he can instantly kill the enemy that gives you 10 magic points per battle and survive the counterattack. You can usually expect that to do about 1,000 HP of damage. That's a pretty powerful chainsaw to cut through fossilized bone like that. But hey, whatever works. Now, a new door is open to the south, and that's the shortcut back. And the Catarate does not want to let you leave. I'd take Zombones over Ings any day. Even though they have more HP, but they'd give much better experience. Well, the spells are being nice. The swords are being nice and casting their respective spells. Not quite enough to finish them off. Nice damage there, Edgar, but you still have to break Gao's record of 4,096, I think it was.
Same amount of HP.
No, that's a long way out. That's a long way out. Turn around. Turn around. Go back through the south door. Oh, you can't go back this way. I never knew that.
Yeah, you knew I was going the wrong way, huh?
Yep, but I never actually tried taking the long way out. Now I think you can go out and then come back in and explore if you want to. And again, I recommend it to get Setsu's Giltoss relic and the best weapon in the game, called the Ultima weapon, or Atma weapon as it's shortened to in the English version. And you actually learn about the Ultima weapon from a scholar in Albrook if you talk to people there. There's a sword and a beast with the same name of Ultima weapon. And Ultima weapon makes a return to Final Fantasy VII, actually. It's Cloud's best weapon. And an optional boss. Actually, you have to beat the boss to get the weapon. Not much else to say, just waiting for these battles to finish.
Yeah, I know.
I hate it when I write out of commentary! Makes us look bad! Will Locke survive? Oh
There
yeah,
we go.
nice critical
There's
hit.
a big hit.
That's the first regular attack that's done that much. No, critical hit. Helped. And just make sure everyone's fully healed. Oh, Locke broke 4 figures.
Wow. Amazing.
And we're back at the entrance. So, thanks to that shortcut. And hey, we fought these guys at the beginning of the video. It's all coming together!
Sure is.
They call that bookends in Tropeville. Even if it's unintentional. One to go. These guys aren't that bad, but they have Fire 3. I stand corrected.
Yeah, not to be confused with Breath of Fire 3.
Excellent game, by the way. Excellent series until number 5.
Oh. I thought Breath of Fire was just a trilogy.
Nope. You have the first 2 games on Super NES, the second 2 games on PlayStation 1, and the 5th game on PS2. And the 5th game was a bit of an experiment, which failed, and we're out of time.
Alright, until next time. Later, folks.